Well, hello, my friends. Apologies for my slight tardiness this morning. Yes, I'm still kind of healing up from this surgery thing that I had, and
you cannot use that as excuses.
I'm a little slow in the morning.
That's such an excuse.
I'm a little slow in the morning. This is the truth of the truth, and it is just what it is, And so getting, I usually would get up about 5 o'clock this morning, and I actually slept until about 7, and so I am up a little late. And for all of you who've sent me all these well wishes and said so many nice things, do not worry, I'm doing great. I feel great, and there's nothing scary. There's nothing weird. It's actually going to help me. And so do not be concerned, and thank you again so much for all the kind words and all the well wishes and all of that stuff. It's marvelous.
He is 100% wearing plaid pajama pants under the desk.
Oh, can't see them.
Yeah.
Oh, too bad.
Oh my goodness. So many excuses. Okay, well, welcome to Goo Morning Zyathé, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for chiming in on what we're going to do for our first little musical intro. So we did that before you got here.
Oh yeah, I saw you in look which one you're going to use.
I'm going to send them all three. So like the three that so basically if you were here in the pre-show, Martin is going to be composing music, and
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
it's released. So keep going.
Yeah, I'm going to send him these 3 portraits and see which one inspires him to do some music. Alphinius is not looking at the portraits, but everyone at the audience can see
you got
the 3. Yes.
Oh, you got the wonderful soft flowcaster. Yes, and the undead unseelie fairy.
Oh, it's an unseelie fairy. So
yes,
marvelous. It's going to
lives in the Gloomendine. That is where that one is from.
Ooh, very nice.
Indeed.
So we'll go ahead and get started while Alphinius is getting oriented on some social media stuff.
Oh yes, let's do that. I'm excited.
Yeah. So
it's a good tour this morning, and also the Natherdark. Yes, we're gonna have some prizes and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So first and foremost, oops, that's the wrong one.
I do want to tell you,
this one.
It is very marvelous to have a wonderful coffee on Saturday mornings with all our friends, right?
I totally agree. I love having coffee. So, in 2 weeks here, we're coming up on 2 weeks, which means I really have to get into gear for getting this stream together. We are going to be doing our live stream, and our cast is still being finalized. And so we know for sure Lawrence is going to be playing the Garoon Barbarian. Alphinius, or Alfabio,
making an appearance.
Yes, absolutely. And we are waiting for his portrait, and I cannot wait to see it.
And Stefan?
And Stefan will be joining us as well. And then we have a mystery cast member that we're still finalizing.
Yes, we're working on this. We'll see what happens.
Yes. So anyway, make sure to put it on your calendars. It's April 30th at 2 p.m. It's going to be a really great time.
Indeed.
So next up, I wanted to, oh my goodness, what am I even doing today? Okay, next up, I want to show, this is...
Yves. Yves. It's Yves. Yes, I think it's how it's pronounced in French. I am not a French person, so somebody help us out with that. But I think it is Yves. That's how it is pronounced.
And he's starting his Darkest stream, I think. And so this is his first setup for the Darkest stream.
He actually gave us a report that his first game went very, very well, which was wonderful to hear.
Aw, that's awesome.
Wonderful to hear.
Yeah. Next up, we have, oh my goodness, why can't I read the name?
Oh, yes.
Matt, it's Matt.
Yes, we need to be careful about this because there's some spoilers here, but I loved this image, and I love the spider and how Matt did it and all of that stuff. And of course, this is a marvelous encounter that happens in one of the adventures, and I was favorably impressed with the table. It was marvelous. Yes, so onward they go, our dear Hanatas.
Absolutely.
Well done, Matt. Marvelous.
And then next up, AJ posted a progress shot of...
This dragon turtle is amazing. It is huge. It is, and actually, AJ, this is the second, right? Because AJ first just posted the first print and then showed the second one right now. And this is the second one. So we haven't seen the shell yet. But we can't wait to see the shell all put on there and it all kind of put together and see how this marvelous creature ends up looking. But it is, I have the jelly thing, the jealous thing, the jelly thing. That's what I have going on right now because I want one of them.
What to get a wizard for Christmas?
Christmas, yes. Turtle. Yes, I can bust out on my players. I think I'll ask my players for it for Christmas.
What players? You don't play anymore.
Soon, May. Beginning in May, yes.
I forgot to mention on this one, and Corey's in the chat. I'm so sorry. It's going to be jammed by Lokebutt.
Lokebutt McRae.
But yes.
I'm not looking forward to that either. Fortunately, I won't be here. Only Fabio.
It's going to be so much fun. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to switch back over there. But we're going to this next one. This was posted by Adam. There is credit for it on the screen. But this storefront shop totally inspires me, and it's something I could definitely see in Zyathé.
Yeah, so I think I said this was Granny somebody or else house of herbs and flowers and regents. Yes, so it was a great. I love these posts that come up. That again I said it before. Kevin and Keith and Adam and Pam and Heather and sometimes others put up these wonderful artistic imageries and these things, and always give credit, my friends. Make sure you always give credit to the artist. We want to make sure that is true always, or the photographer. They put up these marvelous things, and I can't tell you again. I have lived my whole career as a creative person. This is my whole life, right, since I was barely out of college, and I take inspiration from so many things, and I love to look at images, and I love to read words. And I love to see people doing amazing things with their hands, making pottery and these kinds of things. And I just encourage you as a creative person, this is part of just growing continuously throughout your life. You want to absorb these things and see them and not just breeze by them all the time. You can breeze by the memes and the goofiness and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes there's an image that you just want to take a moment and pause. And that helps, I really believe, in creating the depth of the creative soul. This is what I think. Camera Mandy listens to me preach it like this all the time, so apologize to her for having to listen to probably the thing I've said 100 times.
No, I agree with you. At the end of the day, I agree with you because, I don't take a lot of things like this and put them up in the stream just because I want to make sure it's more our stuff that we're doing, so that way we're not
and also
doing uncredited. Yeah, it's someone else's work. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, this one made me pause and think, this is 100% a store I could see in somewhere in Zyathé.
Oh, absolutely. It's right in Dark and Haven.
It's just, to me, this really captured my imagination. And I have to give Corey a shout out. He goes, Zyathé dispensary?
Only in Colorado. That's a different part of Zion.
Anyway, but no, to me this is very magical, and I can smell it. Just looking at this image creates a smell for me, and I could just imagine being in there. So
it is incredible. I'm just quitting all of these documents that are in here so that I don't have, because I'm a little worried about my battery, so I'm just doing it with that. So
speaking of smell, I grabbed Filthy Floyd here. Yeah. Rob had made a really funny post, which I have right here. This is, oops, it's a little big. Sorry, guys. He goes, if you've encountered Filthy Floyd, would you apologize to your players with a dump cake?
I just think that is rude.
I know. Filthy Floyd is honestly the most disgusting NPC.
Now, this is a bit of a spoiler, so just keep it under our hat. We won't talk too much about it.
But yes.
But yes, he is one of, we have many non-player characters because we think that these add to the game, right? This is a wonderful thing to have players actually encounter many different individuals, and they all have personalities. And, I have a number of players of game masters come to me and say, what I love about it is that we don't just have one basically, NPC that shows up every once in a while, and I can really expand because you make it easy for me to do that. And I agree with that. I have spent many hours printing out portraits and writing information on the back of the portrait so that I have it handy, so that I know what they're doing. And I can definitely, for me, a Gooey Cube adventure would definitely save 60, 70, even maybe as much as 80% of my prep time. So it is a wonderful thing. And this is one that, one of my favorites.
Twitch just made me approve a comment with the term filthy in it.
Really?
Yeah, Corey posted Filthy Floyd over for tea, yes or no, and I had to go approve the comment because of the term filthy.
Well, I don't feel good about that. That is not really that bad of a thing.
So I think, that's about right for this NPC. Okay, so next up though, this is a video that everyone should go watch. our retailers are starting to get games. It's the video.
Yes.
It's a video game was a
There's
Game Plus
actually
one.
2 of them now in the den that show the unboxing videos for a couple of our Marvelous retailers, which is wonderful. That's another thing we're going to be doing here over the next month or so, is we're going to get up a retailer finder on our website. And if one of them is near you, we would encourage you to please give them some patronage. So,
that's a great idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Listen, like game stores are what keep our community chugging.
Indeed.
And I mean, I know it was really hard during the pandemic that so many of these stores didn't have patrons, and there was a lot of things that we were trying to do in our local communities to bolster their numbers as much as we could while they had to be shut down. But yes, please go support your local game stores. Go play there because you can meet so many amazing people. And I mean, if you're cool like Colorado Springs, there's a place called Dungeons and Javas. Where you can get a nice cup of coffee whilst they have great rooms.
Place, but honestly, my favorite game store in town is Gamers Haven.
Oh, Gamers Haven's
good.
Good.
That is my favorite store, and they have an incredible selection of material. They have a wonderful back room, but I hear they are moving to a larger location, which is going to give them even more room in the back for people to play, which is part of this community game store thing that we have. And actually, Gamers Haven actually carries Gooey Cube stuff, which we appreciate very, very much.
Absolutely. So, okay, next up, David did a really cool, I can't really play videos on this as it is right now. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Nushku, who's David Stormer. He's actually looked into some stuff for me we're going to go over, so he's helped me with VMix to try and get, I know.
We should send him a folio.
We will send David a folio. Yeah. He spent some
folio.
time on VMix to learn how to do like commenting and stuff like that, and we haven't had a chance to meet up this week. But
thank you, David.
Yeah, just because I'm so overwhelmed right now, I haven't had time to actually sit down and
can I
learn
just
more.
stop? I'm just going to stop for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all don't know, but because we have never shipped out anywhere near the volume of materials that we have shipped out over the last 3 weeks, and we really needed help. There was so much to do, and there was also a number of things that we hadn't quite gotten out to people that we needed to get out to people. And camera Mandy just stepped in and she said, listen, I'm going to take this on. I got some room on my calendar. I can do a little bit of stuff. And she just stepped into this. And all of you, you could do a little applause.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this.
No, it is.
No.
And of course, there's others too. Ali and others. And even Vilandea Goo came down and helped package up things along with Hannah. Yeah. And Riley, of course. And it was a wonderful effort on the part of the Goo crew to get everybody their stuff. And there's more shipping out next week. Yes. And hopefully by end of next week, we're getting darn close to caught up. We might not quite be there, but we'll be close.
Yeah.
Thank you, Camera Mandy, truly.
Well, while we're on this shipping update, we'll go back to David's Scenescape in a second. But while we're on the shipping update, I'll just do a quick overview. So basically, we got to the point where our poor printer is about to lose his brain because we needed so much stuff in such a short period of time. So
we just never had any idea that Gamma would be at the success level that it was. 40-some retailers, and we got to give a shout out to Casey as well, who's been so good at following up with them and helping them. And we are so pleased that they're enthusiastic and excited about our materials. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we're expanding like crazy. I think the best way to describe it is we had this giant thing of bubble wrap, and it took them 6 months to go through a giant thing of bubble wrap before, and we've gone through 2 of them. In the last 2 or 3 weeks. And so
I'm also thankful. I want to give a shout out to the USPS, the United States Postal Service, because almost none of our materials are arriving there with any kind of problems, as we had.
There's been a few.
Only a few.
Only a few.
Yes.
But for the most part, I totally agree. They've come in really good shape, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, United States Postal Service. Yes, indeed.
But the update is GammaCon stuff is all shipped out at this point. It's all out of our office. We have assembled.
Most of the GaryCon stuff is out too. Yes, most of the GaryCon.
Oh, sorry.
GaryCon
is the one that's out of the office. We're still working on GammaCon.
There you go.
We just got Menace in the Mist in because we had been completely out. So we just got Menace in the Mist in. So that will be, and we're the ones assembling a lot of this. So our printer is basically bringing it over in boxes, and we're putting it all together. So Menace in the Mist will be finished, assembled on Monday.
And it's a great little tale.
Yes.
It's a great adventure.
Absolutely.
John Kalman, yes, marvelous.
And then we are completely out of Cyclo 3s right now. And so that is what we are waiting for in order to do the international Kickstarter.
That would be the the East Verdestia tome. Yes, that's what we're waiting on. And those are being bound right now, so they should be in our office in just a very few days. So all of you folks internationally that we promised we're going to do an interim ship for, if you had East Verdestia in your box, that's why you haven't gotten it yet.
Yes.
But if you haven't, you should have gotten your boxes. Or at least you should be in the process of getting your boxes.
Yeah.
And if you don't, this is why we are just a moment delayed, and then we will have those out to you very, very soon. So take pictures for us and put them up on the Gooey Den. We love to see them when they arrive.
Yeah,
especially when the box isn't thrashed.
Yeah, or when the box is thrashed, but everything inside is perfect.
Ben Simon, it was the box thing. I saw the box at first, my heart sunk, and then you said everything was fine inside. I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yes. So, and Mark actually posted another photo, which I actually really love this photo. It really encompasses what the Kickstarter package looked like that a lot of people received. So, anyway, so that is there anything else you want to say on Kickstarter, or can we?
No, I'm going to give a Kickstarter update. Should I do that now? I don't mind doing that now.
Yeah, we could go ahead and do that now, and then we'll get back to the rest of social media.
So we are just wanting everyone to understand, thank you, first of all, for your patience with us as we went through the last of the COVID stuff, which blew up our company, and we had all kinds of things to do for our day job, which if we don't have our day job, we don't really have Gooey Cube. So we are thankful for your patience with us, where we lost about 6 months in fulfillment and work on the Kickstarter in the early part of 2021, which really did impact us to try to get all of this material out. Then, of course, on top of it now, over the last few months, we've had paper shortages and ink shortages and toner shortages and all of this stuff, which makes it even harder for us to get stuff printed, and then prices go up, and it's just a pain. But I want you all to know that obviously you got very good deals already in the Kickstarter. There are even better deals now because the cost of printing and such like that has gone up fairly dramatically for us. And so we are pleased to continue to provide you with materials at the original price points or less, which many of them were lower, and do that for you as a thank you again. Another thank you for being so good to us and supporting us in the Kickstarter. Also, I want to tell you that we've gotten a tremendous amount of material out already. So we have gotten, chapter 4 of the campaign. We've gotten out the East and West Verdestia tomes. We've gotten out the both of the map packs, which are substantial and wonderful. And if you haven't gotten one, you need to check them out. They are amazing. We've gotten out, of course, the Decks of Perilous Fortuity. We've gotten out the Fusilier class. We've gotten out the 3 races. We've gotten out the small stretch goal decks. We've gotten out the artworks. Cameramandy's done like 40, is it 40 scenescapes total?
Yeah, but there's more to come.
There's more coming.
Yeah.
Yes, she's done 40 so far, and there are more to come.
And I'm really excited. We're going to have hundreds. At the end of it, we're going to have hundreds
we
of
only promised like 80
I know, but I can't help myself. The art is so good. The art is so good. Like,
so there's another bonus. Seems we can't see. So just so y'all know, remember the 2 tomes that we sent you were supposed to be 250 pages. They're 350 and 400 pages. And the upcoming tome, Magica, which I'll talk more about that. Anyway, there's been a lot of stuff that has been produced, and a lot of stuff being produced behind the scenes that you don't even know about. So like all of the artwork for the Cyclopedia Magica was produced over the last several months. All of the artworks for Chapter 5 have been being produced for almost a year. The maps for the Darkenhaven City, which take literally weeks each for each map, and there are 6 of them. These maps are all complete now for the Darkenhaven City. For the Gloomport, we are working now on map number 1, 2, 3, 4, I think map number 6. And we've got 3 more to do because the Gloomport is 9 poster-sized maps, all hand-drawn and beautiful. So all of that, there is much artwork that people have seen that we are doing for Darkenhaven, which we're going to include in the packages, plus all the floor plans and special locations and all of this stuff. It is incredible amount of effort and work that's being done, and we have our wonderful people supporting us, people in the Gloomport group and the Darkenhaven group. Jens in particular on the Darkenhaven group has been sort of the lead of the whole thing, and he has worked very, very hard to really bring it together. The next piece that we will produce is Magica. Magica is very nearly complete. A number of us have really dove into that thing, Joe and Carrie, of course, and Kaya, and me, and AJ, as well as some other folks helping out too. Lee Langston gave us some math review because he's kind of a math guy, and Josh has helped out a little bit, and we are thankful to Zach, who began the journey with us. but couldn't quite finish, and that helped us with some other people, and then we've gotten folks from like Jan gave us some advice, and Alexander gave us some advice, and Jim Hibbs, of course, is in there. So many contributing authors and all kinds of stuff. I mean, this is a really wonderful book, and it is going to be amazing. It's going to cover flow stones and fusel cores. It's going to talk about how power cores work for technic machinations. I think you're going to love the Artificer class. It is not really a spellcaster class. It is really a class that makes things that like do things for them, and they are powered by fusel cores. I think you're going to love some of the other classes that are in there as well. Some of the new spells. The tremendous number of new spells are being put in there, as well as new magic items. And it's probably going to be much larger than we originally planned as well.
What? No, just kidding. Listen, if you want a sneak peek, I didn't screenshot this one, but you actually posted one of your spells on Facebook.
Indeed. I wanted to get some input on Xythic flowjectiles. I wanted to get some input on that, and they got some excellent input, which we're going to incorporate some of that input when we finalize it. Indeed.
Listen, we love your guys' suggestions.
Absolutely.
Like Corey last week suggested the NPC portrait packs, and those are going to be put into production in the next month.
We are definitely going to
do
that.
The bundles for
and
that.
We have so many
or not NPC. I'm sorry, the player characters.
Player character portraits. Yes, and we have so many other portrait images. I mean, I've shown a lot of art through the years in the Gooey Den, but there is a lot of art that you haven't seen yet, or that you probably missed, because I'm fairly convinced that Facebook doesn't always show you stuff depending on how you comment and all of that stuff like this. Oh my gosh, is this not,
Yeah, this is pretty unbelievable.
I mean, you look at Darkenhaven and you just think, holy moly, I want to go there,
Well, we are going to go there. That's the thing. We just need the box. There. We're going to go to Darkenhaven. It's going to be phenomenal.
Well, anyway, let me finish my Kickstarter thing here,
yes,
just so everybody knows. So we are going to push as hard as we can Keith also has fully, Keith did the authorship of Legends, Lore, and Libations. And that was another stretch goal thing that a lot of people are excited about, which covers Keith Kerrigan. So Keith Kerrigan did that. And he really put his heart and soul into it. It's a wonderful tale. We're editing that here over the next few weeks. And then we're going to get that one together. And then, so Magica is next. And then probably chapter 5, followed by Darkenhaven. And that will virtually complete the Kickstarter at that point. We will be virtually done. The biggest task we have beyond that, of course, is the Gloomport. And we are going to battle as hard as we can to get these last really 4 major projects out as quickly as possible and get them into your hands. We don't think we can afford to do another interim ship, but we're looking at some numbers to see if we can. And we will keep you in the scoop on that. And then, my friends, our goal is after Gen Con.
I dropped my mic.
Oh, don't drop your mic.
I'm so sorry if that made a noise.
Sometime after Gen Con, probably in September, we will do our next Kickstarter. And I'm very excited for the beginning of Sundestia, for the Dead City of Covenant, for the marvelous little adventures that we really want to produce. Harry's, the Mudbounds of Bleak Bottom Bog. We are looking at a number of other adventures that some of our friends have proposed to us. We want to produce a couple of other side quest adventures like the Egg of Kruut and the venture to Geisengax, which hopefully we will write with our friend Egg Embry and our friend Luke Gygax. And we are excited about chapters 6 and chapter 7, the last chapter of the campaign, which all the boxes will be fairly full because we're going to really squish it into 7 chapters. We think it will finish well, and we're very very excited to begin perhaps the next campaign that is on our list. I didn't mention 2 other things. The Dead and Fallow is nearly authored at this point. That is one of our other sided quests, and the Glooming Doom is being edited as we speak. And so that covers the side quest adventures from the Kickstarter. So we are very, very close, my friends. Obviously, we've done the dice and we've done all kinds of little side things that you have gotten, and I hope you are pleased with the quality of the materials. I hope you are pleased with the stuff, because we are really not sparing expense. We're not going to cut the paper quality because of the cost of paper going up, and we're going to keep those really wonderful, great feeling pages and all of that stuff. Anyway, sorry for the long diatribe, but that is the story.
Okay.
No, go back to Darkenhaven though, real quick.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to Darkenhaven.
Everyone loves this. Yes, this is something. Right?
Yeah.
This is I think the North Bridge, and I think you go across that, you find yourself in Riverside, which is where the University of Darkenhaven may be found. So it is a wonderful place, and it is quite peaceful here. You know, this is a place where the water flows fairly clean, and people can fish, and of course there are little water taxis that take you up and down the river to various places, and it is Edvard did this, and it is just magnificent,
Absolutely. Okay. I'm sorry, absolutely, but let's move on to
Let's move on to David. Yes, David.
Oh my gosh, I dropped my mic again. Hey, I'm so sorry if that's making a lot of clatter noise. I'm really sorry. I'm putting it here. Okay. Yes, David did a great scenescape.
He did.
And also, the thing I loved about this was you took the Jing Jingle Jew.
I know, you put the Jing Jingle Jew jig behind it. Yes.
Yeah, he put it on in the background. And that is a free song along with Myron the Ugly Troll that you can download off our website.
Yes. Hey, and my friends, while we're doing this, if you haven't done so, please do a couple things for us. Give us a little follow here on the Twitch channel, and maybe on our YouTube channel as well. That would be wonderful to help us out with that. And we appreciate all y'all who give us that kind of support, and appreciate all y'all for everything. Really, we have such an amazing community. You are incredible people, and we are so pleased to be associated with you, and so pleased to be working with you. What you got here, Cameraman D?
Oh, sorry, I will get to that in a second. I'm really loud now, apparently. Okay, I'm putting my mic down. I don't know how it got louder. Sorry. Okay.
She's loud.
I am just loud. Here, I'll turn myself down a little bit. Which mic am I? Sorry, y'all. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, Trey. Trey ruined the image of the Darkenhaven for me. He goes, "You can just hear the people emptying their chamber pots into that river."
Actually, I will tell you, Darkenhaven has a sewer system. And they actually have toilets that get rid commodes that get rid of these waste products, and so there are very few people dumping chamber pots on the streets. There are other places where that does happen, but Darkenhaven fortunately has enough wealth and means that they were able to put in a sewer system. And of course, we all love sewer systems because there's all kinds of things that go on down there. Yes, and that sewer system is actually it's in the probably 20 feet deep or so beneath Darkenhaven in the upper area, right? But then you got about 100 feet of rock or so below that, where you end up to the roof of the Gloomport. So
I just think that people just prestidigitate their poo away.
Not everyone can prestidigitate.
I think that just should be somebody's job. They're like plumbers for the magical world.
Yes, I am the prestidigitator.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. That'd be probably a good paid job.
I'm just saying. Okay, so we have just like 2 more things, and then we gotta keep moving.
Yeah, we're late.
It's 10:30. Also,
Is everyone having a good time?
Yeah,
I hope we're having a good time with you this morning.
Please let me know if I'm too loud or if I'm too quiet. Just let us know. Okay. So this is something that is exciting. I actually have 2 screenshots here about this. Why don't you tell us what is happening?
So Alchemy approached us at GaryCon, actually, and invited us to be a part of their Founders Box. And we put Darkest Dream in with the Alchemy people. I'm very excited to see the platform when it's fully done, and we've had wonderful chats with them. We really want to be supportive, as I said before, of multiple communities, and we like the folks from Alchemy, and we like what they're doing in terms of the look of it. And we're very excited to see how the Darkest Dream looks on their platform. And so if you're interested, those Founders Box are actually for sale right now. I'm going to get one myself, and I'm excited to see all the content and how it appears in Alchemy when they do their launching here very, very soon. So we are thankful to the friends at Alchemy, and we hope you enjoy it. We've also had a wonderful chat with some friends from Fantasy Grounds. And of course, Ben is working with some people there in that regard. And we've got the Foundry people that we are talking to as well. And so we are excited to be moving into some of these platforms and to giving people the real good options to play the Darkest Dream and following chapters accordingly on these places. So
awesome. One last follow-up question on the chamber pot situation.
Yes.
People want to know, do they go into Gloomport?
Actually, they go down. There is a treatment facility which is administered by a number of priestly individuals and other volunteers who go down there. And there is some purification of water that goes on, and there's some other things that happen like that. And the water actually does not dump into the Gloomport. It actually dumps out another channel to the sea. But there are rumors that there are secret passages from the sewers that actually lead down into the Gloomport. So this is a whole nother thing that will be marvelous for the future.
Very nice. Okay, next up on our list of things to tackle, contributor submission rounds. What is the next?
Yes, so I'm going to give you a choice. How long does it take you to set up a poll? I didn't even ask you that this morning. No, just how long does it take?
I just need a minute, I think.
No, you don't have to do it right now. We will do it at the end. So my friends, here's what I wanted to bring forward to you today. We didn't get as many events from the Gloomport submissions as I had hoped. I really want a lot of cool and wonderful events that could happen in the Gloomport. So I would like to open that submission. No NPC this time. Just about 2 paragraphs of a really cool, wonderful event that you think could happen in the Gloomport. It does not have to be an encounter. It does not have to be fighting, right? It can be the players come upon a weird fire that is burning in a puddle of mud, and there's a reason for that. You have to explain why it's happening, right? And give the hook to the game master for them to be able to take it on. They could encounter an old man who has a cart who is just selling crunchy fish, right? And there could be a little tale that goes along with that. These are the kind of little events and things that I think make traveling around a city very, very special. So it will not open up yet. It will open up next week sometime, and we will send an email announcing it to all of the folks and the contributors. If you're not in the Contributors Guild, please just go to the Gooey Den and go to the announcements section, the announcements thing right there at the top. And in there is our welcome information. And it talks about the rules of the group, and then it has the Contributors Guild information right underneath it. It's very simple to join. We give a nice reward for every contribution. It's lots of fun, and you get to have your stuff published in the Weirded World.
Can we actually talk about the rewards really quickly?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
go ahead, Mandy.
Because we need to start getting them out.
Well, we have already sent some.
Yes.
But some like the monster rewards.
And
right?
that's what I was going to say, is that we are actually at the point where I think we have the monsters
close
to start actually printing those rewards.
Yes, so if you made a monster in the monster submissions and it was accepted, and we accepted most of them, you are going to get what was promised, which was this marvelous image of your monster signed by yours truly. So this is going to be our next thing, because we have done so many of them. And I know you've seen lots of them. And so we're excited to send those to you. We hope those will be meaningful, be able to put them on your wall as something special for you to remember by. And we are excited to begin. I didn't mention that. That's the next Kickstarter too. We're going to do Verdestia's Cyclopedia Monstrica. So that is another wonderful tome that is on our list, which will contain lots of our own monsters, but many of yours as well.
Yeah.
I'm really worried about the page count.
Oh my goodness. Listen, as someone, I have now packed Dreadmist curse boxes.
Oh yeah.
They are the worst.
I know, because
they're too full.
They're too full.
They're honestly too full.
It slightly bends the lid, slightly.
What is so weird is when you pick up a bunch of Dreadmist curse, and then you pick up a Darkest Dream, and you're like, oh, sweet relief. Oh, sweet relief.
Well, in fairness, the Darkest Dream is almost 5 pounds, and
Dreadmist
Curse is a little over 6.
That's just how big the Dreadmist curse is. Anyway, so I just want everyone to know contributor rewards. After we get out all of this Gamma, all the retailer stuff in the Kickstarter. Next thing on our list is starting to tackle the contributor rewards. We also have like NPCs that we got to get printed. Some of them still need to be arted.
Yes, they do.
So yeah. Anyway,
you're talking about the customer portraits, right?
No. These are for the NPC rounds. The reward was a print of the NPC.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, we still got a little bit of artwork to do for some of those.
Yeah. So some of these, they're awesome rewards. They just, we have to actually get them done in terms of like the art has to be done.
It just takes time.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, these wonderful artists that we have, they need time to be able to make a piece of art, and it doesn't happen in a day or two. It's usually a week or so,
process.
before we get a good piece of artwork back. So,
Yeah.
And then there's some back and forth with me, typically talking about art direction and all of that kind of stuff. So, all right, camera Mandy, what's next?
Yes, moving us to the next thing. By the way, what was the poll that you need me to create?
Actually, I was going to ask, but I made the decision to not make you have to do that. I was going to give people options, but we really do need little events for the Gloom port. So that will open up here this week.
Before we start this, let's actually show what the prize is going to be at the end of the thing. So I put 3 things on your desk, and whoever wins can pick between these 3 things.
There will be 2 winners for sure.
You're doing 2 winners.
So that you can pick from one of these, or an extra deck of cards of the Gooey rewards.
Yeah, those Gooey rewards, because if you let your players take them home.
Yeah, right. You might be missing things by now.
So like my dad, for instance, who runs our our Red Star Rising campaign, I'm gonna snag a bag for him.
Snag a bag. Are you going to pay for them, camera Mandy?
My dad has been in the office shrink wrapping.
I'm just kidding.
3 times in the last few weeks.
I'm just kidding, my dear.
So, yeah.
You take him too.
Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our tour at 10:40. Oh my gosh.
I'll go. This is not long. The tour is not long, and the Natherdark. But I hope, y'all, listen, any suggestions you have to make this better, we want this to be so fun for you and enjoyable for you. And so any suggestions you have to make it better, please let us know. So our tour is still of Vilandea, and this begins, of course, in the top left. There is a broken continent you can see up there, not the long one, but at the top left. This is Verdestia. Verdestia is broken in half, and the eastern side of the continent is where Vilandea is. But today, before we really talk about Vilandea proper, I want to talk about, don't go, stay where you were, stay where you were.
Sorry, I was just trying to anticipate your
No, you're doing great, actually. You're doing great. Vilandea is really on the right-hand side peninsula. That is where the entirety of the sovereignty is for the most part. However, they are expansionists, and they have begun to infiltrate this sort of barren area on the Sunderfang Peninsula, which is the peninsula to the left, the western peninsula. And it is the Sunderfang Peninsula is kind of bifurcated by these mithril mountains.
There's a word.
Bifurcated.
Bifurcated.
It's kind of cut in half. It's kind of divided. Yes, that's what it means.
I just learned a new word today.
So this is called, and now you can go, camera Mandy. This area on the right-hand side of the Mithril Mountains is called the Sundric Territory, but the Vilandeans refer to it as the Western Garrisons because they occupy it almost fully at this point in time. Yes. So let us talk a little bit about the Sundric. Go ahead, camera Mandy. So the Sundric is very important to the Vilandeans because of basically 3 things, maybe 4. For one, it gives them, of course, a foothold on the Sunderfang for sure, which gives them an opportunity, if they want to much easier attack Vanzentia. So this is the tension that has been going on. If you're around for our Vanzentia tours, we talked about the Vilandeans and some of the things that are going on there. But that is one of the reasons. The second reason is up in the left-hand corner of this map, you can see this is called the Xithradis. And we will talk more of it as we continue our tour. But this, if they can capture this other side, at least in the southern area, right, down here where you see it, they can get far better access to this Xithradis. Because right now, the Vanzentians' navy tends to discourage others who might come and approach this. Yes, so that's the second reason. The third reason is the Infernic Caldera and the proximity to it. And if you look real carefully, there's a little fort that is right there on that bay, and that is called Forstrin Fortress. And those people there, they are very tough and scary, and they have some very significant missions, which we'll talk a little bit more about as we continue. But first, let us talk about the territory itself. So the territory, go ahead, camera Mandy. The territory itself is filled with many dangerous creatures. This Sundric is a barren land, and it has monsters and creatures that are dangerous, and this is one of them. But this is what's commonly called the Hell Hound. It is not really from any kind of abyssal location, not in Zyathé, that is, right? This is just a scary hound-like creature that can blow fire in your face, right? This is yes, this is not one you want to go, gallivanting about or have it be a little pet in your home. Yes. And then go ahead, go next, Camera Randy. There are, of course, wyverns here, and they will swoop down from the Mithril Mountains and fly over the Sundrick and search for prey, and that can definitely include peoples, yes? And then next, Camera Randy, of course, there are also...
Sorry, I'm going back to this. Why does he have... This was brought up by Pam. Why does he have a bracelet on his...
he likes jewelry.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Okay, sorry, next up.
So this is the Dractis. They are also in the Mithril Mountains, and the Dractis will also in search of prey. And this is like the wyverns. It's different. It doesn't have a stinging tail and all of that kind of stuff. But these are a couple of the mistakes that Zendraka and Dracondra sort of happened when they were making these magnificent creatures that we call dragons, true dragons, that is, in Zyathé. And the next image, Camera Mandy, will demonstrate that, because yes, indeed. I'm sorry. Do the next one after. I apologize. That one right there was mistaken. There are also true dragons in the Mithril Mountains, not in high numbers, but in numbers enough, and they are not necessarily aligned with any sovereignty in the area, and we will have to see as your adventures play out what happens with the dragons in the Mithril Mountains. So let's go back to the previous slide. So this is Forstrand Keep, and this is where so many of the Vilandeans in the territory are situated. Now there are a couple of other citadels as well, but this is the main one. And it is important to understand that, again, the reason why they're doing this is threefold for the most part. But let us go to that next slide, Camera Mandy. This one here, yes. So this is the Xithradis. So there are 3 of these strange floating monoliths that are off the coast of East Verdestia. And there is much conjecture about them, but when folks try to approach them, often they are killed. There are terrible storms that roll around these things, and these are Xanthousic storms. They are storms that are actually fully magical in nature and quite dangerous. Now, every once in a while they abate for a short period of time, and they have had some exploration during those periods. As far as we know, no one has been able to get in any one of the 3 at this point. Go to the next image, Camera Mandy, because I think it gives a wonderful understanding of what these look like. Is that not marvelous? Yes.
So I wanted to just say something, because I did the photos for the East Verdestia maps set that we have. And these little details are the things that make Zyathé so intriguing. Like this mystery triangle, pyramid, I don't know, whatever you would call it, or
well, this is the goal, right? Because I have said many times before that I believe that mystery and intrigue is as powerful as a combat to really kind of ginning up players. And I know there are many players out there who don't really love combat, and I know there are many players out there that don't really love mystery and intrigue. But if you present this stuff in the right way, man, I tell you, they get their little things on the back of their neck, you know what I'm talking about? And they're kind of like, whoa, what does that mean, right? Or they discover something and they're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea, right? So anyway, so these 3 huge monoliths that float off the coasts, many believe are associated with the Xythenspire, which we will talk about more when we talk about the Avodamaloo Forest and the High Elves who abide there. All right, so that is one of the reasons. Let's go to the next one, Camera Mandy. We already talked about Vanzentia and all of that stuff and attacking Vanzentia, but here is perhaps even the larger reason. So this, my friends, is the Infernic Caldera. This is at the tip of the Sunderfang Peninsula, and it is believed that right in the center of that was where Galcianthros's tower was when the woe of ruin struck the world, as he tried to cast a spell that would elevate him to be able to speak the way of all things. It did not work and nearly broke the world. The Infernic Caldera is probably the most corrupted and significantly magical area on the entire continent. And of late, there has been some belief that flowstones might be found in the vicinity. And so the Vilandeans, some believe, have actually discovered that through secret passages that they go through to avoid, and you can go to the next one, Cameramendi, to avoid the creatures and terrible monsters that abide in the Infernic Caldera itself and beyond. And these are all abominations, terrible, terrible, bloodthirsty things that live for nothing but carnage and care for nothing but destruction. Yes, they have been influenced by the nether flow at significant levels. Their bodies changed, their minds warped. This is what has happened in the Infernic Caldera. And it is incredibly dangerous for those of us who are of more normal stature, right, status, to travel there. So we believe, those of us in West Verdestia, we believe that the Vilandeans have discovered at least possibly a vein of flowstone or something that indicates that flowstone might be present. And as such, we are watching them closely because we in the Republic have some relationship with both Donvan and Vanzentia. And it is likely, if there is war, that we will have to join them. And this is not a pretty prospect, for the Vilandeans are incredibly powerful. And the problem with that is that it could leave our northern flank open to the vile desolation, who are, in some ways, certainly allied with Vilandea. Yes. So this is the last of the things which we think, that's why I said perhaps 4. So go to the next image, if you would. So some of you have seen this. This is Zoldathran Voldrin.
Sorry. Yeah, Trey said, I want to buy a timeshare there. I bet it's beautiful in autumn.
Yes, I'm sure. Trey, I'm sure it has a marvelous summertime. Yes, you can get a great tan. So this is Zoldathran Voldrin, and he has been seen often in the last few annums, with a Thule, and she appears to be one, certainly, of his close advisors. And the Thule are, of course, a scourge on the entirety of Zyathé, for they are a creation of the corruption lords, and not in any way, shape, or form aligned to the reality of the world in which they find themselves, and indeed want to help recreate the world in which they have found themselves into the image and hope that the four lords of corruption would like to see. So the Thule have a purported location, and it is fairly well established now that it does exist, called Sluug Vilox. And Sluug Vilox is in the vicinity of the Deathmire, which is the Infernic Caldera area. And so some believe that she comes from this Sluug Vilox and is actually encouraging Zoldathran to further their alliance a little bit, as it were. So you can go to the next one, my friend.
So there are questions.
Oh yes, let's ask them.
Okay, I was going to hold them to the end.
Yeah, no. Let's answer some questions now.
Okay. What happened that requires a mask? The Thule mask.
I don't really know.
Okay,
that's pretty close to what her face looks like when you look straight on with her mouth closed.
Are there flowstone creatures or monsters that are monsters like flowstone elementals?
So there are not flowstone elementals as far as we know, but we'll have to wait for the Verdesti and Monstrica to see if those actually exist. There are golems that are made by Technic Artificitors that are called flowstone golems, and these are also constructed by the Sarth. So this is coming in Monstrica as well.
All right. This is a really good one. Do the magic storms affect the ability to cast magic? Would that make magic harder or easier to cast?
They actually mute magical castings. They are very dangerous for those. They mute your saving throws are mitigated in certain things. It is really, I mean, the governments of East Verdestia and to some degree West Verdestia have sent more than a few missions to these Xithradis, and most of them have not returned at all, and only a few of them have returned with partial numbers. So this is something that I can't wait to explore. It's coming, this is another thing, right, that we want to marvelously explore in the future, is this Xithradis and what they're doing and their relationship to the Xyth-Inspire and what the Xyth-Inspire is. And all of this is in East Verdestia, which I hope that some of you are starting to read and really enjoying. So another question, Camera Mandy?
No, I think I got it. If anyone else asked something that I missed, just repost it for me.
Yes, please do.
We have two more scenes from this tour, and then we'll do more questions. All right.
Marvelous.
So I just want to say something about the Thule. Like everyone's the hero of their own story, and I could kind of see how like these people cast into this world would want to they remake it in their environment.
In their minds they are doing the right thing. Right? That it's not in their minds. Now, of course, I do think they are taking away much freedom to live from others.
No, I mean I agree with you. It's not. The thing is, in their minds, they're doing the right thing. Yes. Obviously, it's not the best thing for everybody else living on the continent. Yes. But it's not their fault that they are there, right? Like,
I mean, I guess not.
Gamramedi,
but they are not very good folk.
I'm not saying that they are good folk. I'm not saying they are. I'm not even saying the Vilandeans are good folk. It's just you have all these complexities. Like when you talk about like. Well, they're not humans, but when you talk about sentient beings, and I don't know.
Is it possible there's a good Thule? Perhaps.
Yeah.
But not likely.
They
are alien, right? They have an entirely different agenda. Their agenda is truly to change and destroy and warp life as it exists upon Zyathé. They want to take it. They want to take everyone's freedom. To me, that is pretty vile.
No, I agree with you. I agree that it's vile, but I mean, when you think about if you're cast onto an alien planet, are you going to just conform to the culture, or are you going to bring some
destroy
comfort?
It? Just destroy the culture.
Well, what if you think that the culture on that planet? What if you get? I'm just saying that, maybe.
Mandy, I don't think you can justify the.
I'm not justifying them. I'm just saying, in their own brains, I can see, how they would come to this conclusion.
In my mind, I am doing the right thing when I destroy you. Yes. Next slide. Okay. When I conduct the rite of devouring upon your face.
Y'all are cracking me up in the Thule apologist.
So I have, so it's blowing my mind. She is trying to be a Thule apologist.
I'm just saying, I feel for people.
They're misunderstood.
If I was just cast upon an alien planet and I thought that my way was correct, what would stop me? I'm just saying.
Yes, you could turn into a totally evil, vile destroyer.
A lot of these
Cameramandy, destroyer of worlds. Yes.
I just think we need to understand them and what their motives are, and then maybe have town halls where we discuss, where we debate the issues.
So this is the ruler of Slu'ug Vilox, and she is quite powerful. This is not the one that you see with our friend Zoldothrin, and there is much things that happen here. I will not go into them in detail at this point because we are really talking about Vilandea. But Slu'ug Vilox is a wonderful place in the Underdelve near the Infernic Caldera, where your players perhaps someday, when they get very strong, might go. And that is the end of our tour for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, and we have time still to do the Netherdark.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Good God, woman.
Okay, let me get the poll or the giveaway all set up for here. Stay with us. It's going to probably be another 10 minutes. Now,
I don't think it'll be 10 minutes, maybe 8, maybe a little. I don't know. We'll see.
Y'all are cracking me up in the comments.
Yes, apologists for the Thule. That's pretty evil.
I'm not under their thrall. I am just saying. Now, with
she is. This is the problem.
Listen, all that said, I want to say something about Zyathé and the image that is on the screen right now or whatever. This is very sexy Thule. But listen, I really appreciate how many badass women rule in Zyathé.
Oh, yes.
So anyway,
you know this, cameraman.
Yeah.
You know my point of view on these things, and many of our friends' point of views is that we want to encourage many different peoples, right, and lift up many different peoples, you know, and so this is part of our thing, right? This is part of the wonderful dance that Zyathé is, where there really is. You know, maybe with the exception of the Thule and a couple of others, there really are no fairly inherently evil individuals. And again, you know, I'm sure that the four lords of corruption don't consider themselves necessarily evil either. They think they're doing the cool thing.
They're conquerors.
Yes, they're conquerors. But, you know, there are some things where you can draw a line.
No, I agree. Anyway, all I'm saying...
I think we should have an entire treatise written by Cameramandy about why the Thule really aren't that bad.
I'm not saying they're not bad. I'm just... saying I feel for them. They're cast upon, they were happy wherever they were, and they were cast upon an alien planet, and they're like, well, this isn't my home. I want it to be what it was.
They don't have a home. They were actually created to live on Zyathé by the four lords of corruption.
Well, that's fine.
They don't have a home. Nobody likes them.
Anyway.
The Natherdark. So, my friends, if you will remember last time, first of all, we want to make sure everyone knows where we're traveling, right? So this is our little adventure we've been doing together with little questions about Zyathé and fun little things to win prizes and all of that stuff. So let us go to the next slide here, cameraman. So we are traveling from the Bleakwater Station.
We can do a super.
Yes, we'll do it fast. We're traveling from the Bleakwater Station, which is right here, to all the way across. Oh, sorry. With these companions, we have marvelous Tiok Brystone, Dulthros and Lokbut, who are all traveling with us. And we are traveling all the way across the continent to, not that one, don't do that one, cameraman. No, the next map next to it, right there. Yes, we're traveling all the way to reach all the way across to the far side, where we are going to a dungeon called the Naetherdark. And supposedly it is going to give us much wonderful loot and special artifacts and all of that kind of stuff. But right now, we have just sort of reached the edge of the Gloomendine, excuse me, the Glamourwood, where the Lord of Hues holds sway. And we are coming out along the edge of the river there in the north, where the what is it called? The Dark Fetters? No, the Rotson Woods. Which one is that wood there? I can't remember. There's two of them.
I don't know.
It's right on the map, Kimberly.
Oh, sorry. The Glamourwood?
No, don't show that pond again.
I wasn't paying attention to because I was trying to get the poll set up, so no, I honestly don't know where we're
at.
To
the Glamourwood. To the right of the Glamourwood.
The Dead Groves?
Yes, the Dead Groves.
Okay.
Thank you. There we go. So the Dead Groves have been created in this area because this is in the vicinity of Amosthal, which is the other place on the face of Xithradis where there might be flowstones. And Amosthal is the floating city that hangs in the sky. So we have traveled there, and night has fallen now. And as night fell, if you will remember, we came upon not a fairy pond. I don't know why that damn fairy pond keeps showing up. The skull isn't part of it either. Go to the right.
Where? Are we at the cottage?
The cottage.
Okay, the cottage.
Yes, cameraman, you need to pay more attention.
I'm sorry.
All right, my friends. So the night has fallen, and it's getting cold. The leaves crackle with the breeze, which brings a bit of a foul wind as it blows from the direction of the east, where Amosthal and the Dead Groves lie. And you think you need a place to stay, or a place to camp at least. But out in the woods, what would this strange cabin be doing? So here is your first quest, my friends. Are you ready, Cameramandy, with the poll?
I am. I'm going to...
And remember, all my friends, to answer this question, you must only answer once, and you have to go letter, ! For your answer. And that is how you get entered to win. And then the people who, as you win over the course of the Naetherdark adventure, you get more entries to win the grand prize, which I don't know what it is yet, but it's going to be great. Promise. The grand prize at the end of the Naetherdark adventure. So every time you win, you get your names dropped into the hat. And the more times you win, the more opportunities that you have to to win that wonderful grand prize that's coming. Plus, you'll also win little prizes as we go along. So today we're giving away 2, and you may choose from either this wonderful folio here, or this wonderful folio here, or this little deck of Gooey rewards.
Not a little deck. It's a substantial deck.
Actually, it's pretty substantial. I agree. So now the first person who wins gets first choice. We're going to make that so we don't have that confusion anymore. So whomever wins the first question gets the first choice. Whoever wins the second question gets the second choice. And on those days when we do third prizes, the person who guesses the third, they get the remnant, right? So this is the way we'll do that. All right, my friends. So here is your quest. Do you answer A? Approach the cottage and knock upon the door. Answer B, sneak up and peek in the window. Answer C, pass by the cottage and camp in the dangerous wilderness. Or answer D, yell really loudly, yo, what's for dinner? Yes, answer A, approach the cottage and knock upon the door. B, sneak up and peek in the window. C, pass the cottage by and sleep in the scary wilderness. Or D, yell really loudly, yo, what's for dinner? All right, give us your answers. A, knock upon the door. B, sneak and peek in the window. C, pass by the cottage and take a chance on 17 wandering monster encounters all night long. Or D, yell really loudly, yo, what's for dinner? All right.
I bet you know which one Harry's
gonna pick yo, what's for dinner?
Yes. As did Donnie.
Yes, Donnie. Excellent. Of course, that's you. I would expect that from you.
Okay. So I'm going to close the poll here. We still got a few. Okay, we still have a few coming in. So I'm going to close it in 10, 9, 8, 7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Join Goo Morning Zyathé where we count down from 10.
The answer, of course, my friends, because you are adventurers and you're not afraid, you go up and knock on the door. Answer B. No, you do not yell really loudly, yo, what's for dinner, because all the monsters in the forest will hear you yelling really loudly, yo, what's for dinner, and they will come and bite you. All right? All right.
I have the winner of that.
All right.
Shinobi 190 is the winner. So Shinobi, hopefully I'm saying your name right. Please enter in the chat what you would like out of those 3 things. And then also, if you have not already, please go fill out our form at gooeycube.com/prizes. Yes. So that way we get your address.
gooeycube.com/prizes.
And everyone who's entering for this, if you guys could go ahead and just preemptively do that to make my life easier, I appreciate you so much. So
you know what? We're going to give away 3 prizes today. We can do that. Let's
oh my goodness, Alphinius is just doing 3 prizes.
Yes. Because I actually forgot about something that I have to do. So it's good. It's good.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so let me get the next pull up, but you can go ahead and start reading.
All right. So, my friends, as you approach the door, you actually see some movement in the window. And you can't tell if someone's actually looking out at you or if they are just moving in the area beyond, because it's a little bit shadowy, even though there is light within the window. So now, I shall ask you again. Do you...
Hold on. Sorry, I had to figure out what the answer was because you didn't actually put it in the document.
Oh, my apologies.
So
but I know the answers. Yes.
I understand. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Okay. So it is open, and I'm going to put the answers in here so you guys can all read it. Okay. Go ahead.
Do you A, climb on the roof and look down the chimney?
These are not the.
Do not worry. This is answer. This is number 2. Just trust me.
Yeah, but I don't have the answer.
I will give you the answer. Do not be afraid.
But how are people supposed to put it in if I don't know what it is? I have to know what it is so that way they can vote on it. Alphinius is throwing a wrench, y'all.
This is not right.
This is not my fault.
This is not right.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do for this
I want you to look over on the side here where no one can see. Do you see this? It is going to be that one. Which is right, that one right there. Okay,
hold on.
Ha-ha!
Hold on.
Yes, we have quickly made ourselves what we call an adjustment. Yes. So do you?
Hold on. I have to do this. Just give me a second. Hold on.
No, I can give the answers.
Okay, go ahead.
Right?
Give the answers. I'll let them know when the
A,
poll's
do you
open.
climb on the roof and look down the chimney? B, do you now take an opportunity to perhaps peek in the window in case the person inside has ill will toward you? Yes, peek in the window is B, yes? Or do you C, do you go knock down the door and just kill what's ever inside, right? Or D, do you pass the place by and go camp in the wilderness again? Yes. So A, climb on the roof and look down the chimney. B, now do you peek in the window to see if there is any ill intent? C, knock down the door and kill what's ever inside? Or D, forget all this madness and go camp in the wilderness and take your chance with the monsters? Yes. So that is poll number 2 that cameraman.
But poll number 1
Do not
was...
just trust me, just trust
Okay.
me, just trust me, just trust me. You have this answer, right? This is this one, right?
Yes,
this is,
I
okay,
have
good,
that one.
good. That's what I want to make
the
sure.
first one was also peek in the window.
No, it was not. It was knock on the door. Was it not a knock on the door? Was that not what everyone said? Have we totally screwed this thing up?
Well, I haven't. Okay.
It's okay. Now I thought they were gonna knock on the door. I thought that was what the answer was.
No, it was you peek in the window and see a warm fire illuminating a small room.
Now you just gave away the answer to number 3.
No, because that was the answer to number 1.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. I am thinking of a letter between A, B, C. Just stop. I'm thinking of a letter between A, B, C, and D. All right? I have it. All right? Answer A. That's not the right one. Answer B. That is the right one. Answer C. That is the wrong one. Answer D. That is the wrong one. So everyone who can enter exclamation B, exclamation point, you will get the right answer and get entered for the prize. I apologize. I'm still befuddled. From
it's the surgery. It's the surgery. It's the surgery. Okay, so yes, everyone enter in exclamation point B, and I will draw a winner in 10 seconds.
Yes, because the answer was to peek in the window. Is that correct?
The answer to the first question that you asked
was peek in the window.
Was peek in the window.
All right, that's fine. So we'll get to that in a moment.
Okay. So we are peeking in the window, and we see.
This is a freebie right now. So we're doing the freebie first.
Okay, sounds good. Oh my goodness.
This is how you bail out quick. Exclamation answer A exclamation point is wrong. Answer B exclamation point is correct.
Okay, I just want to be very clear. Shinobi.
Everyone should enter B exclamation point.
But yeah, I want to make sure Shinobi knows that she or he, whoever you are, did answer the thing correct. It was not knock on the door, and
yes,
so you
correct.
did indeed win the first giveaway.
Yes, I apologize for the momentary lapse of brain.
Yes, and then and Shinobi, if you have not already, if you could enter in what you would like out of those 3 things, then that's awesome. Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw a winner here. Our next winner is Akron Zero. Akron Zero.
Akron Zero. Who is that? Akron Zero.
Akron Zero.
Yes, that sounds like a planet you're going to try to infiltrate.
Yeah.
We're going to Akron Zero. We're going right now, and we'll not be back for at least a week.
Okay, so Shinobi 190 gets first choice, and then Akron Zero gets the second choice. So I think I'm still waiting on the choice from Shinobi. So can you hold up what Shinobi can choose from?
Oh yes, there is the maroon Aquason or Sage. There is the Dwarven Warrior, and there is the extra pack of Gooey Rewards.
Okay, cool. And if everybody wants Gooey Rewards, I have loads of those. So multiple people can choose Gooey
we can
Rewards.
do that. If more people want to choose Gooey Rewards, they can. That's totally fine.
All right.
All
awesome.
right. So
and
now
Shinobi's in the Discord. So thank you, Shinobi, for all your support.
Yay, Shinobi.
Okay. Next up.
So did we get your answers? So people have given you their choices yet?
No, we're still waiting on Shinobi to pick. It's okay, yeah. Shinobi, just let us know which one you want, and then Akron will choose, and then whoever the third one is. Okay. All right. Okay, let me enter in the next giveaway.
All right.
Oh
and
my
I have
gosh.
it right this time, Camera Mandy.
I
want to make sure you know which one it is, right? Do you know what answer this is?
Yes, I do.
It's common. Look at me. Look, just make sure.
Yes, that is what I had. So.
All right.
Oh my God.
You peek in the window and see a warm fire illuminating a small room. But it is not that small, because it is able to accommodate a relatively large personage. you can see the figure kind of stooping over the fireplace and petting a cat. It has got to be at least 7.5 feet tall, maybe a little more, maybe 8. And the cat is being stroked and is looking a little bit towards you as you peer inside. Do you, A, knock upon the door and ask for shelter? B, break the window and shoot the figure petting the cat? C, break the window and shoot the cat? Or D, yell really loudly, "Yo, what's for dinner?"
Okay.
Answer A, knock upon the door and ask for shelter. B, break the window and shoot the figure stooping over the fire. C, break the window and shoot the cat. Or D, yell really loudly, "Yo, what's for dinner?" I wanted to make it easy this time.
Oh, okay. I see.
Give everybody a chance.
Okay, so Shinobi has chosen the Gooey reward. So technically all 3 are still available because I have multiple Gooey rewards.
All right.
So next up is
Akron 0.
Yes. Go ahead and let us know what you would like, and then whoever wins this third one can pick as well.
So answer A, knock upon the door and ask for shelter. B, break the window and shoot the stupid figure. C, break the window and shoot the cat. Or D, yell really loudly, "Yo, what's for dinner?"
I mean, I'm shocked by the number of people who say shoot the cat. I'm sad and dismayed.
They're all dog people.
This is why the Thule want to take over.
Because we shoot cats from the windows.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to close this poll in 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Ken Tori wants to know if they can steal the cat. And
well, you have to go. We'll have to find out that about
fair.
Next week. But we have a little bit more tale to tell before we end. And I'm sorry we went long today, my friends.
Yes. 491 Phantom is the third winner.
Yay, Phantom. Yes.
So awesome. Okay, so
the door, you knock upon the door because it was answer A, and the door opens, and you see this person standing there.
Person. Okay.
Hello. What brings you to these dark woods so late? Please come in. You may be my guests. And that, my friends, is the end of the tale for today. We will pick it up again next week. Ha ha! That is all, Camera Mandy. We need to let these people go. They have been sticking with us for a long time.
I know, and I appreciate you all. I'm just trying to get the prizes sorted out really quickly. So if you could just vamp for 3 seconds.
I will vamp for 3 seconds. Okay. So
I just need to know which one is
Akron 0
is taking the folio, but I just need to know which one.
Which one? Do you want the Garund or the dwarf? Sorry, not the Garund, but the maroon or the dwarf?
And so. And now you vamp for time, and then
I vamp for time. Is
yes,
what I do. My friends, I just want to tell you. Lastly,
we've got the dwarf, and
the dwarf. So for who's the
491 Phantom? Yes.
One of these two, my friend.
Yes. So just let me know which one you want.
All right. So, my friends, we will bid you a marvelous and wonderful adieu as we figure out the last one. I hope you're enjoying these things. I can't wait to take you into the northern area of Vilandea next time. I hope this was exciting to you and give you a little taste of what's going on in Xithradis. It is marvelous and a wonderful place. We are very excited for all of the Kickstarter things that we are doing and hope you all are loving what we are sending you. We promise to keep that quality up and not let stuff go. So, did you get an answer, Camera Mandy?
Yeah, she said, or he or she, I'm so sorry, says surprise me.
Oh, surprise me. All right. Well, we will do that.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
All right, my friends. I have nothing else. Camera Mandy, anything else today?
No, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We will see you next Saturday.
We will see you next Saturday, 10 o'clock Mountain Time for Goo Morning Zyathé. And may all your adventures be sticky. Ha ha!